Welcome back to Online Darts, everyone, and here we are. It's a brand new week as the Premier League is drawing to its conclusion. Only 2 regular weeks left, and it's still a little bit up in the air right now. Magical week as we head to the O2 for week 15. But first of all, let's rewind to Sheffield for night 14, and Gerwyn has thrown a cat amongst the pigeons by winning in Sheffield and has put his name back in the mix for the top 4. It could get very interesting. It beat Michael van Gerwen in the final. It was a good game, to be fair, but yet again, it's proven that the person throwing first or has the darts given to them because of the order of the bracket is coming out on top. Look, it was a really, really good night. In fairness, the crowd were really good in Sheffield, but it was Gezi that pocketed the 10k, and you could just see across the whole night he knew what it meant to him. But James Wade unfortunately didn't play due to illness. He was taken ill in Leverkusen. He will return this week. We'll come on to that in a minute as we look ahead to night 15 in Sheffield. But it is all to play for now as we look ahead to the O2 for night 15, and we head back to the capital. I think this is the first time the O2 has been used and not for finals night. I may be wrong with that, but I believe so. I had a quick flick through, and look, Jonny, Clayton and Michael van Gerwen are there. They will be in Berlin. James Wade is almost there, but he still needs a couple of bits or a couple of legs maybe, potentially. Not quite there yet. And the scrap for that 4th place, Peter Wright, Gerwyn and Joe Cullen is still in the mix. He's only a point behind Gezi. So let's remember that. And look, I just cannot wait. Let's have a look at the 4 quarter-finals. First up, World Cup winning teammates collide. It is the Iceman, Gerwyn taking on the Ferret, Jonny Clayton. And look, it's just simply must win for Gerwyn. Nothing else will do. He has to win this game to keep his hopes alive. That's because of one of the other games that potentially could have an impact on it. Look, Jonny is firmly in Berlin, and last week his focus just went a little bit. He had Bully Boy where he wanted him and just lacked that killer instinct. That happens in all kinds of sport. You look at it, especially in football as well, the on the beach mode, as it's been dubbed in the press and stuff like that. Look, it is hard to get motivated sometimes when you're already there. Look, I know 10 grand's a lot of money, but it's not ranking money or anything like that. Look, I just think that Gezi's want and Gezi's fight will be more than Jonny's. I think Gezi wins this one. I'm going to go 6-4 to the Iceman in game number 1. Game number 2, Michael plays Michael. Bully Boy Michael Smith taking on the Green Machine, Michael van Gerwen. Again, mathematically, Bully Boy can still get to the playoffs, but it would take some effort. Would need to win both nights. I don't see it happening. I just think Michael van Gerwen is playing better than Bully Boy right now. And the pressure is off MVG. He's already at finals night. He can relax and just go into it. Look, I think my MVG wins this one 6-4, somewhere around there. But I can make a case for Bully Boy. He's playing some good stuff at the moment, but going for MVG in this one. And then the other game with a huge impact on the race for the top 4. The Machine James Wade will play at the O2. It's been confirmed on social media by Unicorn. He is well enough to play, which is great that he's made a recovery from Leverkusen. So James Wade will take on Peter Wright in a huge, huge game in the race for the playoffs. A win would seal James Wade's spot. The 2 points that James Wade could potentially get would put him there. Job done. However, if James loses, it opens it up and he could be caught. Look, it still takes some maths for him not to make it, but a huge game. And look, Peter Wright's not playing well at the moment. Missed the Euro Tour game at the weekend to just try and rest and recover. He threw with Jonny Clayton darts last week in Sheffield. What's he going to throw with this week? I think he'll go back to the gold elements because it's a huge, huge game. But look, we don't know how James is. Being that ill, 3 days in hospital, can take it out of you. So for that reason, I think Peter Wright will beat James Wade. And then we've got some questions, but I'm going to go 6-3 to Peter Wright in this one. The final game, Joe Cullen takes on Gary Anderson. Look, Anderson not got a lot to play for. Apart from that night win in Nottingham, it's been so inconsistent from Ando. Look, Cullen has been up and down as well, but there's been more good moments than bad moments from Cullen. So I think Joe Cullen beats Gary Anderson in this one to set up a semi-final with Peter Wright. Top half, again, I just think that Gezi's going to get past MVG. I just think his will maybe a little bit more, knowing he has to do the job. So I'm going to Gezi to get in the final. Bottom half is really, really interesting. Joe Cullen or Peter Wright. If that's the way it works out, either one of them get into the final, again, we have the table changes, the dynamic changes. But I think Peter Wright gets to the final. It sets up that final against Gerwyn Price, which will be interesting. I think Gezi goes back to back. I'm going to go for the former world champion, the world number 2, the Iceman Gerwyn Price, to go back to back in the Premier League. He beats Peter Wright in my final. Comment below your score predictions for all 4 of the quarterfinals. And of course, who do you think will win at the O2? And is the top 4 all sewn up? Or is there going to be a shock? Is there going to be a surprise? Comment below and let us know how you think that is all going to go. If you haven't yet, make sure you drop us a follow on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our TikTok channel as well. And of course, here on YouTube, make sure you turn notifications on and subscribe so you know when all our stuff goes live. But I've been Phill Bars. Thanks for joining us here at Online Darts, and we'll see you at the O2 for night 15 of the Kazoo Premier League.